All right, hopefully it goes hot, and then we can start the show. But let me welcome back everybody to the first inning. And yeah, we got some news we got cups of tea today to talk about. And let's see what happens with these Yankees, man. I got Michael Caputo with me. What's up, Mike?
How you doing? What's up?
So I think the Yankees are going to make the World Series moves, man, that they're going to need, man, to win a championship.
Let's hope. I mean, you're just hearing rumors going around, but it's all speculation at this point until they do actually do these things.
Sure
they also said a lot of these things for years and they never did anything. But usually when they want somebody, so that's good. I don't know how serious they are about this, but they are going to make moves. I know they are going to do things. I mean, just how many of these moves are they going to make, though? Are we only going to get one move, 2 moves, 3 moves? Like, what are we going to get here? They have to make a lot of moves.
We do know that they got rid of a lot of people so far, which is
they got rid of players that never meant anything to the Yankees, anyways.
Well, Greg Allen was released. They sent him off on waivers, and Boston picked him up.
Well, you figured that was going to happen. I knew they weren't going to keep him.
You know, that's a guy they should have kept, man. He was pretty good, man. And they could have had him for nothing. You know what I mean? For nothing.
I wanted him to get called up, but they don't. The Yankees don't listen. So.
Yeah, man, that was a waste of time. Velasquez.
Yeah, it was a waste of time.
You know, he was all right, but you know, I thought he was. I forgot he wasn't under team contract or whatever it was.
Well, what I'm hearing now, the rumors are going around. These are the things I'm hearing. I'm hearing that they either want to keep Rizzo or trade for Matt Olson at first base. For shortstop, they want Correa or Seager. So they do want one of those 2 shortstops. For starting pitching, they want Verlander on a 1-year deal or a 2-year deal. So. That's what I'm hearing so far. Rumors are going around. Robbie Ray, I heard rumors about him. I don't know if they're going to sign him, though. And I'm not really crazy for Robbie Ray. As far as relief pitching goes, they should sign that Iglesias guy. He's good. Or they could make a trade for Josh Hader. And I would trade Zach Britton. I would do an even swap.
Yeah.
If I was the Yankees, I would trade Britton for Hader. I don't know if that'll get it done, but I would do it.
But here's the thing with Seager, though. Seager, he's talking about staying with Corey Seager is talking about staying with the Dodgers, so they might not
I think he's going to wind up staying with LA. And I'm telling you right now, the Dodgers are very serious about bringing back Scherzer. So I don't think he's going anywhere. So they might keep Scherzer and Seager. And who else is a free agent on that team? Oh, Kershaw. I don't know. He might leave. But the Dodgers just might keep everybody because they don't care about their payroll. But they're going to keep one of those 2 because those are the 3 free agents on the Dodgers, Seager, Scherzer, and Kershaw. So one of those, I think 2 of those guys are back. So,
I mean, they're gonna try to keep that team together. But here's I got a thing coming through now that the Yankees are very interested in Matt Olson, the first baseman.
Very,
Matt Olson.
Interested. It's either him or Rizzo. Luke Voigt's gone. He's gone. They should just release him already. I don't know what they're waiting for. Trade him. He's gone. Luke Voigt is not going to be on this team next year.
So they're going to DFA him then. That's what you're saying.
They should. I mean, what else could they do? And if you do trade Luke Voigt, who are you trading him for? He has no value. He was injured the whole entire season. He came back. He was hurt like 4 times. So what are you going to get for Luke Voigt? I mean,
but how do you trade Luke Voigt for Matt Olson, though? You know what I mean? That's not even a trade.
They're not going to trade him for Matt Olson. I don't think they're going to do that move. I think they're going to trade Matt Olson for basically high prospects.
Yeah.
I bet you they're going to trade Frazier and Andujar for him.
No, Clint Frazier's on waivers too, though, isn't he?
He's gone, Frazier. You'll never see him ever again anyways. So, you know, he has vertigo or something, so I think he's gone. He said he can't even play anymore because he has dizziness. I think he's finished, Frazier. They're probably going to release him too.
Yeah, I think he's definitely not coming back. So the Yankees just need a whole entire new outfield, period, then.
Yeah, and then as far as center field goes, they need a center field. That's another thing I forgot. They have to get a center field.
They're going to stay with Hicks. They're going to stay with Hicks on center field. You know that.
No, I think they're not going to trade for an elite center field. I think I'm hearing Marte. I hope they could do it. But if they could pull that out, Yeah, that would be great. Right field is Judge. Left field looks like they're going to keep fucking Joey Gallo. Excuse my language, but they're going to keep Gallo. They're going to keep Gallo. I don't want Gallo,
it's
but
true, man. That dude is. I mean, he is a nut job.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, what?
I would put Stanton in the outfield. I would love to trade
really
Gallo and
would
Hicks,
too.
but you're not trading both because the Yankees they're not going to do all these things that we want. But maybe they'll do like a lot. Maybe hopefully they'll do half of the things that we want them to do. But I would trade Gallo or Hicks or both of them, but they're not doing that. Stanton should be in the outfield with Judge, and then you should have those two guys. And then they should trade for Ketel Marte. That would be a great outfield. But
Stanton should be playing more. I believe that Stanton should definitely be playing more in the field.
And then, of course, you got the catcher, Gary Sanchez. They should trade for a catcher or sign one, but I'm hearing that they're not interested in for catchers, the Yankees. They don't care about a catcher, so it looks like we're going to get stuck with this guy then, man, this Gary Sanchez. I really hate to say it, but we're going to get stuck with this bum. I really hope that the Yankees aren't serious about this, but
it's a year contract. So remember, they could DFA Joey Gallo too. They could just pay him off.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm talking about Gary Sanchez, though. Well, they're not going to bring Joey Gallo back, but I'm afraid that they're going to keep Sanchez until his contract is up.
Yeah.
He's a free agent too after the season. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, and that too. They can DFA him too at the end of the season too, because I mean they don't have to pay him that much money.
No, and another thing, I was going to say. The only one I could see them re-signing now on the team is Judge. That's it. He's the only one. He's
the guy. He's not going nowhere, even if he sucked.
Yeah, he's the only one that's getting a contract. The rest of them will all get traded or get released. Gio Urshela will be back at third. Okay, he'll be back.
What they call that, or will they be? I don't know if they'll be set up on waivers. I don't know if they do that for guys that if they contract.
Well, he'll stay for now, but I would just keep Gio Urshela. He's the only one in the infield that I would keep. Torres, I would trade. They have to trade Torres. I mean, you have to. This guy has to go. He's not going to ever be anything special on this team. He has dropped tremendously the last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
so you have to trade Torres then. And if you're going to bring in Seager or Correa, then you have to trade Torres. Where are you going to put him?
True. That's what they play. Yeah. So they're going to have to.
Because if DJ LeMahieu is going to play second base. And what's his name is going to be at first, Matt Olson or Rizzo, then where are you putting Torres? And Urshela's at third. And if you're going to sign Correa or Seager, then there's no room for Torres. So that's it.
That's right. That's right. And Torres, he's not a utility player. So
no.
He can't play all these other options. So, he's going to have – he might be on the actually, he might be on the chopping block as we speak.
Yeah, well, he's definitely getting traded. He's 100%. I would say he's trade bait now. More than Voit, more than Sanchez, even though I like to see all these guys gone. But I think he's 100% getting traded, Torres. You could mark my words on that one. He's definitely getting traded.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. I think that's going to happen, man. I think it's going to be...
And then if they do all those things, Marte, Olsen, Scherzer, Verlander, Castillo, Josh Hader, if they do all that, Correa or Seager, if they do all that, then the Yankees then they better win a championship. And they better win the World Series.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're going to end. They doing all these little moves without knowing the budget for next year. They haven't even finished the arbitration with the owners and all that. So,
I know.
So they're just going
There's some things they're going to probably keep the same, that people are going to shake their heads. Like the catching thing, I'm going to be honest with you. I want Gary Sanchez gone, and I want them to get a new catcher. But knowing them, that they doesn't seem like they're serious about upgrading a catcher.
Wait a minute. They might be able to still get a catcher because Higashioka is on waivers too.
I think he's got 1 year left with them. He's gonna be back. He's their backup. So I think he'll be back.
I think he's on waivers. I remember seeing his name in the waivers. Higashioka.
I don't know about that, man. I do have to check the free agents for Yankees. I don't think he's a free agent next year. He's not on waivers. I don't know if he's on waivers. I doubt it. I mean, he's not. He sucks anyways. But I just want them to get like a whole new catcher. Like
if they let him go, if they did let Will Zimmerman, shout out to Will Zimmerman on the check-in. If they let Higashioka go, that means they can get a main catcher, and Sanchez will be the backup catcher.
Yeah, I don't want Sanchez on this team, period. I hope they trade him. To God, I hope they trade this guy. I hope he's gone. But if they make all those other moves and they still keep Sanchez, it won't be as bad, but I really want him gone. Because he's a horrible catcher. He's horrible defensively. He can't block the plate. He lets all the pass balls get away. He strikes out. He's a horrible hitter. He's not a good offensive hitter or defensive player. He's just not good.
Yeah.
So he's got to be going.
Yeah, he's got to go. He's definitely got to go, man. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they're gonna find a way to do it. I believe they're trying to figure that out. You know, I don't know. I mean, who you're gonna bring as a catcher, but they gotta find somebody defensively though. That's a fact. But,
oh, come on, this guy, Will, come on. We're throwing Voight for Votto, come on. You know, this guy on the channel is one of them. I never really addressed this, but this guy brings up the most bogus trades. I mean, you got this guy
well, everybody could just
come
wish.
on, Will.
Yeah, we're all wishing. We're all wishing. Well, no, I mean anybody could say they trade, but we're all wishing.
Yeah, I know, but
trade.
they're too far fetched. He wants the Yankees to get all these losers. Like I heard him say Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin's terrible. I heard him say Patrick Corbin one time on the chat. His trade analogies they're awful. He wants everybody. He wants all these low level players. And not even good players, these guys.
What the Yankees
Voight is 38 years. Joey Votto is 38 years old. Why would you want an old, washed-up player?
No, he's done. No, what we need is some young guys.
Yeah, we want young players. Why would you want old guys at the end of their career?
It's a shame. It's a shame that they let go Greg Allen though, man. I thought he would have been a great. Damn, man. But he went to Boston, and I think that one's gonna bite us in the butt next year too, man, because he's a good outfielder, man. So let's see what happens with this.
Brian Reynolds, they're not going to get Brian Reynolds from the Pirates. I mean, his trades. He just comes out with these trades. This guy on your chat thing, and he just throws trades like every single play he involves. But he's too the Yankees. What they would do if they were going to do it, they'll trade for Ketel Marte, sign one of those shortstops, Correa or Seager. They're going to sign a starter. They need two starters. I would sign Verlander or Scherzer, but I know that Scherzer doesn't want to come here. And they should trade for a starter. And they have to get another reliever. I trade Zach Britton. Zach Britton's terrible. Britton's got to go. That guy Iglesias is a free agent. You know Iglesias? He's a free agent. He was good last year. So if maybe the Yankees could sign him. Those are realistic.
We need some. What about that guy from Japan that everybody's talking about? You know that outfielder from Japan? I don't know his name, Kanakuwaka. I don't know what it is, but but they got some heavy superstar. This guy's compared to Matsui.
So I'm just going to point out what Will's saying. Will, Patrick Corbin sucked for the last two seasons. Check the stats. He's been awful for the last 2 years. He's bringing up a ring. He sucked for the last 2 years, Patrick Corbin. Look at his career stats. Why are you sweating on Patrick Corbin? He's terrible. He's been terrible for the last 2 seasons.
Patrick Corbin?
What he needs. So who cares if he's got a ring? A lot of guys have rings. It doesn't matter. So he's got a ring. A lot of players have rings. So just because he has a ring doesn't mean he's going to be great on the Yankees. And the guy sucks. Patrick Corbin was never a good pitcher. I never liked Patrick Corbin. He's a number 4 starter. He's garbage.
Where he's from?
He's hot garbage. What's so good about Patrick Corbin? He stinks. He had one good season, and that was it. I don't know why these Yankee fans love these horrible, god-awful players. They love all these losing, low-life players. So Patrick Corbin, that guy stunk. He sucks.
So who should we get then?
I want them to trade for Luis Castillo. I think that's ideal.
That is, yeah, he is awesome. That guy out there, that'll be something else, right there.
I don't know if the Cincinnati Reds want to trade him. I don't know if they want to trade him.
And who they're gonna take for Luis Castillo? That's the problem too. Who do they really need? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Verlander said the Yankees were actually interested in Verlander, Will, and the Yankees. You rather have those players? Okay, so you rather have Patrick Corbin over Scherzer or Verlander, and you need to get your head examined. You think that
we
Patrick
need
Corbin is
Verlander.
better pitcher than this guy thinks that Verlander and Scherzer would be terrible choices.
They had just the other day. what's today? Tuesday. Yesterday or Sunday or something like that. They had a thing with Verlander in, I think, in New York or something like that here, and he was pitching and he had a showcase, and it was done in a person that owns the building, you know, the baseball facility, that he works with the Yankees, this guy.
Yeah.
So maybe Verlander might be coming to the Yankees because he has these connections.
I was just going to say that. That's realistic. He's coming off a surgery, Verlander. He's old, but I would take a gamble on him. He just better work out because Kluber was terrible. I hate taking gambles on old players, though. I don't like getting old guys, but it's Justin Verlander. I mean, he can't be any worse than Corey Kluber. Corey Kluber was terrible here.
Yeah, he's definitely. It's like buying a used Ferrari. You know what I mean? And let's see if it runs. But I think, but the thing is, all we want is one good year out of this guy. That's all we're asking for.
You didn't get a good year out of Kluber. You didn't get a good year out of Kluber. Kluber was terrible here. So.
Yeah, even though he was terrible, the team didn't hit for him or play for him, or anybody else.
Names. I also heard his name mentioned too on the Reds. Jesse Winkler, the outfielder for the Reds, he's really good, but I don't know if the Yankees are gonna trade for him. He's another one he's an outfielder. You know, the Reds, he's one of their better hitters, Jesse Winkler. He's supposed to be a contact hitter, hits for average every year. Look up his numbers. That guy can hit. That would be an excellent pickup, but I don't know if the Yankees are gonna do a trade like that. They're not smart enough to do something like that. That's why I don't know if they're going to trade for a Catalan.
Could you imagine the Yankees got Verlander and they pick up Matt Scherzer too?
Oh yeah, but he doesn't want to come to the Yankees. So
we never know, man. Sometimes money talks, man. We never know, man. Maybe they just talk that crap, and you never know. We might see this guy in a Yankee uniform.
The only way he comes here is if the Yankees throw a lot of money, because money talks and bullshit walks. But I don't know if I don't know if the Yankees are going to offer him that kind of money, because they're very cheap when it comes to money. You know, with them, the Yankees don't want to bend over backwards and sign these big. The only one they did it with was Garrett Cole, but they don't really do that frequently no more. They only do that every once in a while. They were obsessed with Garrett Cole. They were going to sign him no matter what. Everybody knew that was coming. But these other players, they just don't it doesn't seem like they're that excited over them. Let's see what they're going to do with Corey Seager or Correa. It seems like they have a hard-on for Corey Seager. Apparently, I heard
didn't they offer Correa already 5 years?
The Astros did. The Yankees didn't offer him anything yet.
Oh, the Astros did. I thought they offered him something already. I don't know, man. So maybe he's gonna play that game, but I don't think the Yankees are gonna pay.
Well, who would you rather have though? There's no way they're getting Verlander and Scherzer. I'm just saying, who would you rather have, Scherzer or Verlander? I'm gonna have to say Scherzer. Who would you rather have on the Yankees?
But here's the thing, though. Scherzer, he never got hurt yet, right?
He's got injury problems. He has back problems. But Verlander is coming off of major surgery. He's coming off of Tommy John surgery. So
but most of the guys that come back from Tommy John surgery do very well too, though.
Sometimes.
You know what I mean? I'd rather take a gamble with Verlander, man. Verlander's Verlander. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to go with him, man. And you probably get him for less money.
I'm going to say no on Scherzer. He's not coming here because he probably doesn't want to pitch here. He said that he didn't want to get traded to the Yankees. He put them on his no-trade clause. Yeah. So Scherzer's out. Verlander's a possibility. But didn't Verlander say, too, he didn't like the Yankees or didn't like New York, too?
Yeah, he said it, too. Verlander said it, too, that he don't like the Yankees neither. He don't like New York.
So I don't know how that's going to work then.
That's the thing.
Then they have to trade for Luis Castillo. Then they have to trade for him, or they have to be. The Yankees have to get creative. They have to be creative. They have to trade for one of those guys, and they're gonna have to. There's no other choice.
You know what? Then they're gonna have to get this guy Robbie Ray, man, from Toronto.
I'm not a fan of Robbie Ray. I think he's gonna suck with the Yankees if he comes, because he had one.
I think so too, man.
He had one good year. I'm not gonna buy into these guys when they have one good season. I mean, look at Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole's better than Robbie Ray, but did Garrett Cole really work out for the Yankees? I mean,
well, he's coming off almost a Cy Young year type of thing with this guy Robbie Ray, so I don't know if he could pitch like that again. And most pitchers don't. You know, they have this one good year, and then the next year they don't pitch like this again. So I wouldn't take a gamble on this guy, honestly, man. You know what I mean? I've seen it too many times already. You know, they have this one breakout year, and then next year.
Freddie Freeman isn't going to come to the Yankees. The Braves are going to 100% sign him back. I would love to have Freddie Freeman, but let's get real. He ain't coming to the Yankees. No freaking way.
Freddie Freeman?
Yeah,
Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman, there's no way he's coming. That would be a good. I don't know. Do you think Freddie Freeman's better than Rizzo, or Rizzo's better than?
Oh yeah, Freddie Freeman is probably the best. He's one of the best hitters in all of baseball. I mean, the guy's a top 10, top 20 player. Oh, he's definitely by far the best first baseman out of all the. Oh yeah, I would say so. Definitely better than Rizzo.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
He's better than all of them. I think he's the best one. But there's no way he's coming to the Yankees.
But here's the thing.
No way.
You gotta understand this too. Like Anthony Rizzo and Anthony Freeman, right? These guys are playing in National League ballparks. Totally different from American League ballparks. So I don't think these guys will do well in American League ballparks.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they will do better.
They
I don't know.
come to the American League and they stink.
Exactly. A lot of them. That's why there's a lot of great hitters in the National League, because all their ballparks are like hitters' ballparks. You know what I mean? Like the ball travels in these parks. You know, and then American League parks, they're more like pop-up stadiums. You know,
and then
like
there was I don't know if you heard. Did you see Carlos Correa in New York City, Manhattan? Apparently they're trying to run with that story now. They're saying, oh, just because he was in Times Square with his, I think it was his wife or something, they're saying, oh, now he's going to be a Yankee. That doesn't mean anything. I'm not going to get all, like, caught up on this stuff and think that because these guys are spotted in Manhattan that they're coming to the Yankees. That's bull. I'm not going by that stuff. That's a crock.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of business to do in New York City. I mean, you know what I mean? There's shopping and all kind of stuff. So that doesn't mean he's here just to be on the Yankees, you know? And you know what? Majority of the players that play on the Yankees, they don't even live in Manhattan. Some do, like, what's his name? Gio Gonzalez and Torres and all that, but they don't. A lot of them stay in upstate New York, Connecticut, stuff like that. They don't even stay here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Matt Olson would be a great, that would be a great pickup for the Yankees. But I looked at his numbers, and the guy strikes out a lot. When I saw his numbers, I was a little turned off by his numbers. He's good, but I think you got to get him for his upgrade at first, because he is a great defensive first baseman. But he's not if you look at his average and his on base percentage, I'm not impressed. I mean, he's better than Rizzo, but he's not. They're hyping this guy up. He was the best hitter on Oakland, but in terms of this guy, he's not going to change the team. I don't think he's going to make them a World Series favorite.
You know what? But Will Zimmerman is right. They gotta find some pitchers that could eat up innings, man. You know, and not work the bullpen. The Yankees' problem is that these starting pitchers only go 3 innings max, and then it's all bullpen. And then by July, August, the bullpen is shot, and the Yankees can't hold the game anymore because they got no bullpen. You know, so yeah, that's another problem that these guys have. So they're gonna have to find people, that can eat up these innings, man. Like.
Well, and they need a bullpen also. That's another thing they need in New York season. Their bullpen is out too. They're not going to go anywhere with that bullpen. Did you see how many saves they blew?
Yeah, I know. And the heartbreaking ones too. It was like what, 10 of them, right? 10.
Yeah, I would trade. 10. Well, Britton has to go. Britton is gone. Britton is he had Tommy John surgery, and he's got 1 year left. So I would definitely trade him. There's no use of keeping this guy in the team. Chapman they're going to probably keep, because Chapman, they need a closer, so he's going to probably stay. I don't see Chapman going anywhere. As much as I would like to see it, you can't trade all these guys. What do you want to trade the whole entire team away?
Yeah, the Yankees are going to have to. The Yankees are going to have to open up the checkbook and buy some of these guys too. What about this guy, Kevin Gausman?
No, I don't want him. Just because he had a good year with the Giants, I'm not falling for that. Because when they come, I'm just not falling for that. You see, the Yankees don't get lucky like other teams do. Like these other teams make these low-level moves, and they turn out to be great pickups for these teams. We don't get lucky like that, Yankees. Well, maybe hitting we do, Urshela, Voit, but we don't get lucky when it comes to pitching. Notice that, right? We make these stupid moves, like these low-level moves, and it never works out.
It bites us in the butt, man. And what about, you think the Mets will keep Marcus Stroman?
The Mets will keep Marcus Stroman. I guess so.
Right, I think so too. I think he'd probably stay in New York. I don't know. I don't think the Yankees will pick him up, but that'll be crazy if they do. But I don't know if he wants to come here. You know, maybe he likes them.
Robbie Ray, I don't like the move. But I know the Yankees, they're going to do some stupid stuff, and probably, because I know them, I don't know. I don't think he's going to be a good fit here. I just don't think that he would thrive here. That's just my opinion. I just don't think he's going to be good. The Yankees shelled him. They bombed him in that game. You can't go off of that, but he's not. I don't think he's meant for the big stage, Ray. I don't think he could pitch great here. And they need more than, they have to get at least 2 great starters. That's not what I would do, though. I'm just saying that's not the move I would make.
Yeah, they're gonna have to, man. You see, there's too many people to gamble on. That's the problem, man. And everybody. They're not gonna make
Severino a closer. Oh well, come on, stop it. They're gonna put him back in the rotation. They're not gonna make him a closer. If anything, they would make him maybe a setup man or a 7th inning guy. This guy's not realistic. This guy just he throws out these trade ideas and these trade speculations. Severino's not going to be a closer. Come on. Why would you make Severino a closer? He's a starter. He was good in the bullpen last year. He was great in the bullpen, but they're not going to put him in the bullpen for good. Come on.
Do you think well, Severino could be the fifth pitcher. I think so.
Maybe, possibly. Well, Severino, I don't know how much time this guy has left on the team anyways, because he's very injury prone. This maybe could be his last chance, but I would just put him back in the rotation. He's not going to. He wasn't even good in the bullpen in the playoffs. Remember, they used him in the wild card game, and he gave up all those runs. He blew it. He gave up those runs in the wild card game against the Red Sox. They threw him in. I think it was bases loaded at 2 on, and he gave up those runs. I mean, this guy.
I don't think Severino could pitch like that out of the bullpen, though. Every other day, pitch today, then pitch tomorrow, and do that through a season. That's pretty damn hard to do. You know that? Pitching like that.
He's not a relief pitcher, though. He's not. It's like with Zach Chamberlain. He was a reliever, and they used the guy as a starter, and they ruined his whole arsenal. And they screwed him up, and he was terrible. They always like doing that.
They pushed him.
They like using these pitches. They screwed him up, and they're never the same ever again. They always do that all the time.
That's true. That's true. That's what they did with Severino. Severino was a bullpen guy from the beginning.
Yeah.
And he worked his way into the rotation. That's like what they're doing with Nestor Cortez. Same thing there too. They're making him a starter when really he's the bullpen guy. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Pitching every day, that's kind of hard to do, man. And there's definitely injuries, that can happen when these guys aren't used to that. And especially Severino, he ain't going to be used to pitching every day or every other day. They can't do it.
Well, the Yankees have to make a ton of moves this season. They have a long ways to go if they think they're going to win a World Series this year. They have to make like 7 or 8, 9 big moves to put them back in. They have to make tons of moves. They need a catcher. They need a center fielder. They need a first baseman. They need 2 starters. They need a reliever. They need a shortstop. What is that? 7 things right there? Yeah, they need a lot. They need a lot, the Yankees.
Yeah, they do, man. So hopefully the Yankees get Rizzo. And then that means they're going to get rid of Luke Voigt. Luke Voigt is going somewhere. So that means they might be in the running for something. We never know, man. I don't know what's up there.
I think Gleyber Torres is gone. I think he's finished. There's no way he stays on this team next year.
I think
if they're going to get one of those shortstops, then he has to be traded. There's no room for him now because you're going to put probably one of those whoever comes back, where they re-sign Rizzo or they trade for Olsen. He's going to be first. Urshela is going to be third. DJ LeMahieu is going to be at second. And if they sign Correa or Seager, they go at short. So Torres is definitely gone.
He's going to be gone. So that leaves the outfield. So now you got Hicks. I think they're going to stay with Hicks, man. But I don't know, man. They're going to have to deal with Joey Gallo out there too.
No, he's probably going to come back because he's got 1 year left. So.
But they still could pay him his money and let him walk too. and they can still go out and get in the
He's not going
playoffs.
to sign a long-term deal with this team anyway, so I'm not worried about that. When his contract is up, he's going bye-bye, so...
Because it would be like half the money if they release him, I think.
Why don't this guy, these people in your chat, like, they talk all this on the chat, but they don't want to come on and call up on the show. Why don't they say all this stuff, but they don't want to come up and call you on the show? It's like these people are afraid. These trades, I'm reading all these things that this guy is saying. His trades are nonsense. They don't make any sense. Nonsense, these trades. What is he going to say next? The Yankees should trade for Miguel Cabrera? I mean, all his trades don't make any sense. Joey Votto. I mean, are you kidding me? His trades make absolutely no sense. Severino in the bullpen. Severino is coming off a Tommy John surgery, and hasn't been the same. They're going to probably put him in the rotation. Why would you put Severino in the bullpen? These Yankee fans think they know everything, and meanwhile, they don't know anything. They're just stupid fans that are just becoming Yankee fans in 2020, and they have no idea about the Yankees. I've been a fan since '95. This kid's probably like a 15-year-old kid. He probably knows nothing about baseball, and he's just throwing out these stupid trades and thinks that he's like a great general manager or something of the Yankees. Give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to this game of baseball, man.
You can't go by these Yankee fans because they just started following the Yankees today. So yeah,
and we don't know
what big tough guy.
And we don't know what Brian Cashman's got up his sleeve neither. So we don't know what he's working on.
He said he's going to call your show. He said he's going to call your show. So give him the number so you could call. So we could call Frank. He wants to call this Will.
We'll do that. We'll do that another time.
He said he's going to call. No, I want this guy to call because I want to hear his expertise about the trades and everything. I mean, you should have him call on the show.
He did put his number on there, though.
He did. He did.
I don't really want to get into it, but...
Yeah, well, why don't you let him call on the show, then? I think he wants you to call him.
I guess we could.
Yeah, you could do that, right?
Let's see.
You could do that. We could still talk a few more minutes. It's not going to do anything. Right, you could do a three-way call. And we do it with Roger, so.
Yeah, but he calls in, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, tell him to call in, then. You got to give him your number, then. You could do that, right?
Yeah, we could do that. Let me see.
Yep. I mean, he's on now, so.
Yeah, I don't really want to get into this thing. Actually, I want to decline on this. Actually, man, this is gonna be
really. What are you like? What are you nervous about? It's a Yankee fan that thinks he knows everything. I just want to shut this guy down because he thinks that he's such a genius when it comes to the Yankees. He's talking all this stuff on the chat, so I want to see what his opinion is in person because he thinks that all these trades are great. I just want to prove the guy that he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, man.
Yeah, I know, but the opinion is one thing, though. But his analogies for trades, they don't make any sense. It doesn't sound like he's an intelligent guy. And I want to try to explain to this guy that the Yankees are not going to do these moves. He's just throwing out any random players for crying out loud. He'll probably throw Mike Trout out there. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's not realistic, these trades. You're not going to go after players that aren't available and that don't want to come here. He'll probably say the Yankees should go out there and trade for Mike Trout. He's that type of a Yankee fan. He just wants everybody. He's a spoiled Yankee fan that just thinks that everybody is accountable, everybody is available out there. You might as well say, "Oh yeah, go trade for Mike Trout." He doesn't sound realistic, this guy.
Mike Trout at this point in time, man, he's like kind of.
Will, do you think the Yankees should go out and get Mike Trout? Do you think they should bring? You think they should trade for Manny Machado? I mean, he sounds like one of those spoiled Yankee fans.
Well, Manny Machado, I mean, he that's another one that he was having a hard time over there in San Diego this year too, man. Yeah. With he even had a fight with Fernando Tatis over there in the dugout. They was exchanging words for some reason, but then they, worked it out, I guess, after. But damn, I don't know, man. But I don't think Manny Machado's that great anyway.
No, but I don't like how these Yankee fans throw out plays that are not even realistic. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but what I'm trying to say is you can't throw out like names that we know we're not going to sign these guys or trade for them. He's the type of person, this guy on your show, that will say, "Oh, the Yankees should go out there and trade for Bryce Harper, or they should go out there and trade for Jacob deGrom." He's that type of Yankee fan. I see what he writes in your chats all the time, and I haven't said anything at this point because I was trying to be quiet. But he sounds like he's an unintelligent Yankee fan. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't know what this guy sounds like when he talks on the phone, but he doesn't sound very intelligent. He sounds like he just wants every player on the planet, and he thinks that's realistic. I mean, come on, man. You got to be realistic.
You know what? A lot of these guys, but the thing is, though, one player is not going to change this team.
No, it's not.
That's
this
the
guy
whole
doesn't
problem.
sound like an intelligent fan. I'm surprised he put his number out. I guess he's not. Oh, this guy sounds like he's got some guts. Then, maybe I'll call him up and talk Yankees with him. Then, if he thinks he knows everything.
Yeah, I don't really want to go. I don't want to do the back and forth thing on the show.
No, I'm not gonna curse him out of yelling at him, but I just want to school him to baseball because he sounds like he's a fan that just became a Yankee fan a couple of years ago, and he doesn't sound like a fan like me and you. We've been a Yankee fan since the '90s. This kid sounds like he just became a Yankee fan like last night.
See,
he's throwing out these trades.
What the Yankees are trying to do, they're trying to spend the least amount of money they can, but still have a well-rounded team, and that's what they're gonna really have to do, because they got it, like we just explained. There's like 7 or 8 pieces they have to get for this team. You know what I mean? And will the Yankees get all of it? Probably not.
Pieces is right.
They'll probably get 2 pieces out of those 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And try to work with that.
They can't get 2 out of the 8. They got to get at least. They got to get at least like 6 out of the 8. What are you kidding me? They can't get 2 and then say that's it. If they do that, they're just going to be like they were last year. But knowing this team, how stupid they are and how stupid their organization is run, watch them just sign a shortstop, and then they're going to be like, "Oh, that's it." But until they make all those moves, I'm not putting this team as a World Series favorite. And I don't know how anybody picks them as a World Series favorite. They have them 3rd. That's ridiculous.
No way, man. They don't even have a World Series team, period. They don't.
No, they don't. Right now, as we stand, this team is not a World Series team. No, not even close. Not even close.
They don't even have a World Series team, man. It's sad, man. And they can't even make it through a whole season with the team that they got now. Yeah. They can't even make it through a season. They can't even compete with these other teams.
And I don't want to hear all these Yankee fans. If the Yankees don't win it this year, don't come back for more and say, "Oh, we're going to still win one and we still have a chance and we're going to eventually win." That's it. If they don't win it this year, that's the end. I don't want to hear anybody. They're like, "That's it. Give up. Surrender."
Yeah, they ain't never
if they lose
win.
It this year, it's over. That's it.
If they don't win this year, man, they said we was actually this is. I mean,
that's enough.
I don't even think they have a chance, man.
No. I think they're just going to get knocked out of the first round again or the wild card game. And that's all they ever do anyways is a wild card. They never go far in the playoffs. They never make it out of the American League. So they have to prove it, too, because talk is cheap. You could be as great as you are on paper, but what does that mean if you don't win in the playoffs? Even if they do make these moves, it's not etched in stone. It's still not it's not going to guarantee anything.
Yeah, they still have to get past that hurdle. Of making it past the first round.
The same predicament every year, the Yankees. They never could get out of the first round of the playoffs. There's many hurdles that they have to pass before they could say that they're a championship team. They haven't gotten past that. And all these trades are just – all you could do is just throw out trades, and that's it because it's something to talk about. But are the Yankees actually going to win? Are they going to actually make these moves?
I don't think so, man.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Everybody's talking about Carlos Correa and all that. I don't really think they're going to pay the money, like this big contract money. I don't think they're going to do it, man. And if they do, man, I don't know. Then that screws them up on buying other players. You know what I mean? So they could just get low. They're trying to get low-level players to see if they can do better with them. And that's not always the case.
But what do you think they're actually going to do, though? What moves do you see them making in the offseason?
Well, I think they're going to go for the obvious.
What, shortstop? But why is that such like a I mean, yeah, they do need a shortstop, and they need a better defensive shortstop. We know that because Torres is terrible. But they have to do more than that. They have to get 2 starters.
Yeah, but all I see right now from what's going on, because the Yankees, they're secretive. So all I see right now is them is them going after Verlander and maybe picking up a shortstop. That's what I see right now. And then they're gonna trade. They're gonna trade for somebody, and it's gonna happen, man. I'm telling you, man. Be surprised when it does. That's all I know. But I know somebody's leaving. Somebody's getting traded out of New York. That's all I know. And then probably it's gonna be Torres. You know?
Yeah, Torres is gone.
You know, and I think it's gonna probably be him, because if they're gonna sign, like we said, Rizzo back, you know, LeMayu's gonna play second. They're gonna get a new shortstop. We don't know who, and where's he gonna play? So they're probably gonna trade him for somebody, and then get another utility player for the bench. They're gonna have to do that too. They have to find a utility player that can play.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. They do need they do need that too.
You know, they need a utility player. So you can't bring back my man Odor, because he don't play no shortstop, and he don't play third base. So you need a guy that can play all these things, or is capable of playing all these things. And I don't know who they can really get for that. They're gonna have to find somebody on that.
Bench I wouldn't worry about, because benches are overrated in sports. If the Yankees come back with a weak bench, I could really care less, because that's not going to make and break the Yankees. They need starting pitching, bullpen. They need a shortstop, a center fielder, a first baseman, and a catcher. So we know what they need.
I'm saying is, though, you got to give these guys a day off too.
Yeah,
so you need a guy.
Fielder too, I guess.
Yeah, Anderson and the center field. So you need in both infield, outfield. You need an extra guy to give these guys a day off. So he's gonna have to play these positions. So he has to be somewhat good. You know what I mean? So I mean, they have to find somebody, especially for the outfield. They got to find a backup guy for the outfield too, because they can't just go on with well, actually they do. It would be Stanton. Stanton is the backup.
Yeah.
So
no, Stanton's gonna be full time.
You know, he could play right field and left field. I don't know if they'll ever put him in center field. I doubt that, but they can put Aaron Judge in center field, if anything, and they can move. Yeah,
Judge can play center now. From what I saw last year, he could be a center field. He's actually good, and that guy plays all positions great. So Stanton's going to go back and left, I think. Yeah, but then where's Joey Gallo going to play? So they have to get a center field.
They might DFA Joey Gallo, because they just might pay him his money on his one-year contract and
they should have traded Aaron Hicks a long time ago. They should have never gave that guy 7 years. That was the dumbest contract. Aaron Hicks is terrible. He's awful. Get rid of Aaron Hicks. He's always hurt every year. He's the most injury-prone player on this team. Well, Aaron Hicks is terrible. He sucks.
I don't really want to bet my money on Aaron Hicks next year neither.
Yeah, and this Will guy thinks Aaron Hicks is a superstar. He's another guy that he said, that's the reason why the Yankees lost last year, Aaron Hicks. Are you kidding me? He was definitely not one of the reasons they lost. They lost because they got no starting pitching, and they don't hit runners in scoring position. That's why they lose.
Yeah,
it wasn't because Aaron Hicks. What is Aaron? Aaron Hicks is a backup player.
And
Aaron Hicks is not a starting player.
Aaron Hicks wasn't hitting nothing anyway.
No, Aaron Hicks is terrible. He's making it like this guy is like as good as Mike Trout or something. Aaron Hicks is terrible.
He just made one good catch against Minnesota. That's all he did, man. That was it. You know what I mean?
He's a loser, Aaron Hicks. He gets hurt every single year. And when he was at the Minnesota Twins, he was like a loser with that team. You know, the manager of the Twins said that he like wanted him gone. He said he was a troublemaker in the locker room. That's why they traded him, the Twins. So I don't know why the Yankees were interested in this guy, and he's a troublemaker. I heard on the Yankees. So why would you want that on your why would you want that on your team? He's trash, Aaron Hicks.
Really, I never heard any stories about him being a troublemaker.
He was. I heard that he didn't get along with the players in Minnesota, and the manager couldn't stand him, or there was the owner. The owner didn't like him. And that's why they traded him. But now I heard he changed. But he has a lot of harsh words, Aaron Hicks. He's not really I think he's an agitator. I don't know if I think he is, because he did a couple of things that were a little so I'm not really a fan of him.
Really?
I was never a fan of him. I don't know.
Like maybe him. I missed those things. I didn't really catch those, man. I didn't really get that from him, man. I don't know, but I don't think he's a. I don't know. He's gonna have to do a lot of work to be a center fielder in this damn league. Cause this league, the American League, man, it's tough, man. And these guys get singles and doubles off anybody in this league now because everybody's running now, and you got to be able to run and catch and throw that ball to the cutoff man. You know, and man, I don't know if he be able to keep up with that. You know.
No, so the Yankees, we know what they have to do. This team, they have a lot of work to deal with. They had a lot of work to do. This team is not a, and all these teams in these fan bases are laughing at the Yankees right now. And you know what they're going to do? They're just going to troll the Yankees when they make these moves. They're going to say on Twitter, all that so you guys could lose again. I find it funny because the Yankees always make these moves and it never puts them over the top. So.
Yeah, and they never follow through. Like right now. In the winter meetings, they get a big player or whatever, and then by the trade deadline, they don't do anything big to really help the team over. You know what I mean? And help them where they need help at. They never do that. They just let the team ride. You know, and get a guy that means nothing to the team. It kills me when they do that.
I don't know. And didn't Cashman say that Yankee fans are spoiled? So why now is he like, see, this is why I don't trust this organization. They flip-flop. They just said that we're spoiled. So now you want to make big moves now. That's why I hate Cashman. And I hate this whole front office. I hate their organization. You don't say something like that. If you're going to make big moves, then don't say nothing like that. Don't say that we're spoiled. So
True. And how were we spoiled if we didn't win nothing in 10 years, 13 years?
10 years. It's going to be 13 years now if they don't win the World Series this year. So.
Yeah, right. It's going to be 13, 12 years, is it? 9?
Yeah, well, it's 12 years now. If they don't win it again next year, it's 13. So, Yankees have a lot of unfinished business, man. They have a lot of flaws on this team. They have holes to fill, so they better get serious. But this, I guess you could say, hearing all this all this trade talk, maybe they are going to make moves. So. It's something to talk about because, usually you don't hear this often with this team. So,
yeah, man. On the next show, we'll be talking about the finalists, man, for MVP and Cy Young and all that other stuff. They got all those awards coming out soon, so that is going to be something to talk about too.
Well, when are the awards coming out?
I think next week, is it?
Yeah.
I think it's next week. MLB Network does it. So yeah,
MLB Network does it, and I think the winter meetings. Well, actually, it's called the MLB meetings. I think it's this month, and then the winter meetings are next month. Yeah, they meet in California. I saw something on TV that they meet.
I think that's going on now. I think it's going on now. The MLB.
Yeah, they meet in California. I think it's like in San Diego or something. I think they're going to meet. And then the real winter meetings, I think, starts December. Unless they are going on now. You're right. It's probably started already.
Yeah, I think it's on this week, actually. Now that we speak of it. I think it's on already. Yeah. And then right after Thanksgiving, the next week after, December 1st, right? Or something like that. Yeah. They do the winter meetings. And that's correct. When we'll find out. That's when we'll find out if anybody happens. Last year, the Yankees did nothing. Last year, they didn't do any.
No, they did shit. They had one of the worst off seasons last year. Yeah, and the year before that, they got Garrett Cole. They had a great off season, and then what did they do the year after? Absolutely nothing. Terrible. And Steinbrenner blamed it all on because they got no fans in the stands, that they lost more money than anyone. What are they going to say this year? Because they didn't really get that many fans this year. They had all the people back. They had the capacity, and they didn't even get any Yankee fans. So what is he talking about? Oh, I didn't do anything because we lost more money than anybody. So what happened this season? They didn't even get that many fans. What did they get, like 32,000 people? That's not usually what they get.
I told you, man, the whole Yankee fan base is based on tourism, man. They don't get no fans because all the tourism was down. Right now, as of today, they opened the borders to people from overseas. So now anybody in the world could come to America, but you have to be vaccinated. So Now you're gonna see next year. Next year you'll see the stadium packed next year because most of the majority is
if they make all those moves that we want, if they don't do anything next year, I don't think the fans will come. I think now the fans are starting to realize, yeah, there was a reason why maybe they didn't get a lot of fans last year too, because they were still afraid of COVID. But I think if the fans see that they don't make any changes this year, major changes, then the fans might just say, you know what, we're not going to go to games. There's no sense of watching a team like this. And I told you, I'm not watching any games next year if they don't make any improvements. I'm not watching them.
It's true. Who the hell wants to bring their family to a game to see the Yankees lose?
Yeah, exactly. They're terrible.
And they're gonna pay. They're gonna bring their family, and the ticket, the food, and all that is almost comes out to $200 or something like that after it's all said and done. You know what I mean? Yeah. And who wants to spend all that money to watch the Yankees lose?
Yeah, no. And, not for anything, though, I like to call out all these Yankee fans, including this guy, this bozo in the chat. He's saying that I'm not a real Yankee fan. I've been a Yankee fan since 1995, man. I've seen 5 championships in my life. I'm not a spoiled fan. All I want to see is one more championship. I'm not asking for a dynasty. I just want one, and that's it. And the Yankees have not won now in 13 years. How long do you want this drought to go on for? Do you want to wait till it takes them 20 years? Do you want to see it until it takes them 50 years or 100 years? Because this guy Will makes me laugh. If the Yankees don't win a World Series ever again, you're not going to be a Yankee fan. And I don't think, not for anything, Frank, but if it takes the Yankees that long to win, I don't think you're going to be following them anymore. No offense, but
yeah, nobody is, right? Like they're gonna turn to like the Knicks.
These fans, they make me laugh. I'll be a Yankee fan until I die. No, you won't. If the Yankees never win ever again, you're not gonna be a fan. So you're gonna be like those loser Knicks fans and those Met fans and those Jet fans. You gotta just be fans and be used to never winning, because this is the New York Yankees. Okay, This is a team that has the most championships in any other sport in history. Right. They're supposed to be the most recognizable, most successful team in the world, right? So a team like this, Honey, has not won a World Series in 13 years. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. If you don't win a championship, then you're dead to me. You're dead to me. I don't want to watch your team anymore.
And plus, they have to understand too that if you're following the team and you're following what the management is doing, the management is not helping this team win a World Series either. That's the problem. That's the real problem. So you're stuck on, you're not going to see a World Series if the management doesn't make it happen. They can buy a World Series.
Yeah, they could. They could buy a World Series with the snap of their fingers if they want. They have that type of money. That's another thing. They have the payroll. They have the most money. The Yankees. They have a lot of money, but they don't want to. They don't want to make it obvious and say we're going to do the obvious and we're going to make this team a World Series team. They want to do it the hard way. They want to, do a roll of the dice. They love doing that, the Yankees. You know that. They're a team that likes to do the roll of the dice. We're going to take our chances. We're going to win with another dog team, and then we're going to see if we can win. They don't want to be a favorite.
Absolutely right, man. They try to do it the honest way,
Yeah, although they were a favorite when they got Garrett Cole, but what I mean is they always like to do like the high risk, low reward thing. Like they like to take a gamble on these players that aren't great players instead of trying to buy it. Well, this year they might do that because there's supposed to be a new CBA this year, and they're doing that. What is that? The collective bargaining agreement. So they might do that. We'll see.
That's what I'm saying. The Yankees are operating on last year's budget.
Yeah.
So if they're making moves with all of this last year's budget, that means there's still money. If I'm pretty sure they're gonna raise the team tax level, the luxury tax. They're gonna raise that bar. So if they raise that bar, there is definitely room to buy people.
Yeah, and they could have done it last year too. They don't want to. They're afraid. I don't know what it is with them. Like, why are they afraid to spend money? They were never a team that was afraid.
And they have enough money to buy people and still stay under the luxury tax.
Yeah, but why don't they ever do that? Is the question. Why are they so afraid of that?
I don't know, man. I don't know why they do. I guess they don't want to let go of these homegrown Yankees.
No, they don't want to. They don't want to sign big names because they're afraid it's gonna burn them. That's why, because they signed Garrett Cole and it didn't work out.
Because the Yankees are known for it. The Yankees are known. I mean, it's been over 30 years, How many players in 30 years, every season, the Yankees buy this big name and they all duds?
Well, I think
all
the first time
duds.
they did it in a while was cool. And then remember, they traded for A-Rod. They signed Giambi. They always made big moves.
And they all were duds. All of them
basically.
Suck. Every
A-Rod
single
was
player.
great in the playoffs in 2009, though. He was great that year. That's the reason I think they won. But this team doesn't ever come up big in the playoffs. Nobody wakes up. There's not a guy that could carry them. And another thing, I'd rather them try. At least you go out swinging. If you're going to go out swinging and trying, then you impressed me. If they go out and get the best, at least they could say they tried, right? I mean, they better win, though, because that's going to be more of an embarrassment. But what I'm trying to say is at least the Yankees could say they tried. They went out finally, and they got all the pieces that they needed, right? At least you could say, okay, this team wasn't playing around. They just got unlucky. But they don't even try, this team. They don't even try.
Yeah.
They don't even try.
They're not making the effort, man. And it's not the players, it's the management.
The Dodgers, I got to give the Dodgers credit. They won a World Series already. The Dodgers, at least they made it far into the playoffs. And they tried their best. They had great players, and they lost with their best. At least the Yankees could say they lost with their best. They don't even have that.
We can't even say we lost with our best because this is horrible. I mean, the guys. I mean, look at what they had on that field against Boston in the wild card game.
And Rizzo was leading off. What the hell was that? Anthony Rizzo was leading off. That was stupid. He should have been fired after that, Aaron Boone.
I don't know why. Oh man, I don't know. And for a guy that hasn't really even played much in Boston, right? He's a Chicago player, so
he didn't really see a lot of playing time over there because he was always in the National League.
Right.
So I don't think he really had an experience playing in the American League ballpark. But all I know is that Rizzo is. I don't know, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I was not impressed with him when he first came over. He did make an impact, but then after that, he kind of went to like a slump the whole rest of the season. He wasn't like he was better than don't get me wrong, he's better than Joey Gallo, but he didn't really do anything like great. I mean, he got the COVID. Remember after that, he wasn't the same after that.
Yeah, and he hit his 250th home run as a Yankee.
Yeah, but I thought he was going to be better. I don't know. I was disappointed.
But you know what though? He did make some hell of a plays at first base though. The glove is there.
But once again, the Yankees needed pitching and the trading deadline, and they just added two offensive hitters again. They are because we needed left-handed hitters, but see, they needed pitching and they didn't do it. They just always go after hitting.
Yeah, they went for Rizzo. They went for Rizzo because Voit was hurt, and they had to fill that.
Oh yeah, I get that, and that was a great pickup. I actually loved the Rizzo, but Joey Gallo made no sense whatsoever. He was terrible.
And we explained it. That it didn't make any sense, man. It was crazy.
He sucked. Oh my God, he was horrible. He's like, to me, I look at him as like Joey Gallo. He's like a backup player. That's the type of player. He's like a career minor leaguer. He's nothing but that. He
is a career minor leaguer. Yo, but I think we're gonna end this show here, man. I'm starting to get hungry. And I ate already.
Okay, man. Yeah, the show was great.
Dinner,
so let's see what happens in the offseason. Maybe they'll make big moves. We'll see.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Will Zimmerman, man.
He bounced. He left. I told him that with that last thing, and he left. So
we had a good show, man. It was crazy. But all right, man.
All right, man.
I guess we'll thank everybody for watching, man, and we'll be back Friday to see what happens on this extravaganza of trades that's going on this off season. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get out of here and let everybody know, like, share, subscribe, and also hit the like button. It means a lot. Comment below, and we'll see you on the next one. So long, everybody.